Hey, you folks, how you doing? This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast right here on the American Liberty Radio Network. How are you today? I'm doing good. It's the 9th of April, 2015. It is always good to come to you with the information that I have, but you need to figure it out on your own. You need to look at it, examine it, that kind of thing. Because, I'm not going to give you the silver platter answer to every question you have. I'm going to give you guidelines. I'm going to give you what I know, but the rest is up to you. So there you go. Anyway, there are a lot of things that literally have got me, let's just say, yeah. I think you know what's going on in the world. I have a high intolerance to stupid people. Because here's one story I want to get into. It's from Infowars.com, but it's something that I admit, it borderlines on the stupid. Okay. Conspiracy theorist arrested after calling Sandy Hook shooting fake. Man ordered to undergo mental health evaluation after calling Newtown schools. A conspiracy theorist was arrested and ordered to undergo mental health evaluation after he called several schools in Newtown to claim that the 2012 Sandy Hook shootings were fake. Now, I bring that up, and the premise is this. The mainstream media wants you to believe everything they say. Because they don't give you the clarifier of, hey, if you don't believe it, go check it out yourself. Do they? No. But see, this is the prime example of stupidity. Well, how is that stupid? Well, I'll tell you how it's stupid. First of all, if you don't see exactly what is out in front of you, you're never going to know what hit you. Okay? And when I say that, I use that term very loosely. If you don't examine everything from the bottom up, from the top down, from each side to find out what that thing is, and you trust known liars, that seriously, to me, means that you have a problem. Accepting the truth, accepting the facts, and accepting what is in your face. I'll get into that story and give you my opinion of all that after the break. You can email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com, AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. Go to my website, WayneSPierce.com. Check things out there, and I shall return right after this. The reality underneath the honesty. Live Truth Radio with Brian Lang. LiveTruthRadio.com. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz is your home for all the independent music and movies you need. For more information, go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com. What we see is not reality. It is distorted reality. Go to Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook. Telling you the truth, whether you like it or not. The Pete Santilli Show on the Guerrilla Media Network at guerrillamedianetwork.com or gmn.is. Hello, folks. The Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast right here on the American Liberty Radio Network on Spreaker.com and also on my website, WayneSPierce.com. There you go. Go check that out. Go to radio shows and schedules and look at what's happening on that end and go to the store and help me support these podcasts. If you would. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. On the front page, when you go to WayneSPierce.com, you will see 3 ways to contribute to the American Liberty Radio Network. You can do that. Thank you. Appreciate that as well. There's a lot of ways to support alternative and independent media and whatever you got going on in your area, even if you have your own network. You're doing good. Because you're getting the word out. You're doing what needs to be done. Now, if you're on the far left liberal side, Air America style type of radio, I don't want to hear you because you guys are full of crap. I'm just telling you. Put it out there. Take it any way you want. Okay? Conspiracy theorist arrested after calling Sandy Hook shooting fake. Man ordered to undergo mental health evaluation after calling Newtown schools. Paul Joseph Watson wrote this. It was posted today in Infowars.com. After calling 2 other schools in Newtown, police traced the number back to Rogalski, I believe is his name, and arrested him at his home. Timothy Rogalski is 30 years old, called the Sandy Hook Elementary School on Tuesday morning and left 4 messages on the school's answering machine before speaking to an administrative assistant. Using his father's name, Rogalski said he wanted to enroll a child in the school but wanted to make sure no more fake shootings would occur. Rogalski subsequently gave his name as Don Hochsprung, a name of a deceased principal, before accusing the school of greed for taking charitable donations. You see what's happening here, folks? There have been numerous instances of Americans being arrested and forced to undergo psychological testing for controversial political beliefs in recent years. The most noteworthy example occurred in 2012 when former Iraq and Afghanistan veteran Brandon Raub was kidnapped from his home by police, FBI, and Secret Service agents and forcibly incarcerated in a psychiatric ward by authorities in Virginia in response to Facebook posts which the FBI deemed terrorist in nature. Raub's post questioned the official story behind 9/11 and referred to corruption within the U.S. government and the Federal Reserve. I do that every day. I haven't had the knock on my door. Excuse me. But the point is, folks, people have been arrested and forced to undergo psychological evaluation, for being patriotic, for spilling the beans, for revealing the truth, for whistleblowing, for a number of things. And guess what? It's going to continue. But it's also going to continue that you and I are going to know the truth, the facts, and understand what's going on and reveal the truth to everybody else. Now, I'm going to say this. I understand that people have their own perspective. I understand that completely. I understand that people have their own point of view. I'm good with that. That's fine. Disagree with me all you want. Go ahead. But you better put your information on the table of debate, or else I'm not spending 2 seconds in the same room with you talking with you. Got it? That's as easy as that. And that goes for anybody. I don't care if you got a friend down the street that believes and has the information to prove that 9/11 was an inside job. If you're not going to believe it, you're not going to believe it. Why? Because you don't like the truth. I'm talking to you liberal, moron, fascist, bullcrap, spewing, propaganda-loving people out there. Okay? I know somebody told me once, years ago, that if I keep talking like that to various people, nobody's going to want to listen to me. Let's see, I've got how many people listening to this particular podcast and to the Views Express Live when it was on? Let's see. How many people? I mean, I've had people tell me, send me private messages saying, don't post that on my Facebook wall. I'm like, it's the truth. Yeah, but I don't want to see it. I'll unfriend you. I said, go ahead. I'll unlike everything. Go ahead. People have their own perspective of things. People understand differently than most. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. But to use the word terrorist to describe former current veterans, former current police officers, patriots like myself, constitutionalists like myself, freedom-loving, liberty-loving people like myself, is stupid. And you morons out there, yes, I'm going to use that word for you Democrat socialists out there who want nothing more than to turn the United States of America, that you were born in, by the way, into a communist country. I'm going to speak to you right now in one sentence. Pack your crap and get the hell out of the U.S. There you go. Don't like it? Tough. Deal with it. Some people have told me in the past, well, if I talk to people like that, they're not going to want to talk to me ever again. Why would I want to listen to a democratic socialist whose head is so far up their ass that when they fart, they give themselves migraines? Why do I want to listen to that bull crap? I figured it out, folks. The veil has been ripped apart by me, and I know who's pushing the buttons and pulling the handles. I can name names. I can show you the corporations. Folks, it's not that freaking difficult to go out and do your own research on this stuff. And besides, in the last 2 years, I've seen this. In the last 2 years, since all these whistleblowers have come out, and since independent and alternative media have come out, and, exposing all the government lies and all this, do you know what? In the last 2 years, the government's like, well, crap, they know we're doing it, so we might as well just do it right in front of them. So there you go, folks. There you go. I'm going to say this, and no pun intended to this, because I really, I support people who do the right thing, who understand the right meaning of certain things, who really dig into things and really grab the truth and the facts and really rip it apart and then show people and go, see, told you. I know that people do the right thing. But I like people who stand up for what they believe. I don't care if I disagree with you. If you believe it, you have a right to express yourself in a way that you believe is right for you. That's fine. I'll support your right to have your say. I'll disagree with you vehemently, but you have a right to say it. And that's why, no pun intended, I think Megyn Kelly over on the Fox network has more balls than most of you men out there. I'll even go one further than that. I believe Judge Pirro, a woman judge, has a hell of a lot more balls than most of you guys out there. You got the trifecta of liberal people, not liberal, but liberty-loving, freedom-loving people on Fox News. And the tip of that iceberg is Judge Andrew Napolitano. Okay? I may not agree with everything that they say, or how they look at it, or how they assess it, but you know what? I look at things in a way that benefits my idea and my concept of what's going on, and say, hey, this is how it's working. This, A plus B equals C. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Okay, let's go from there. Let's break that down and go from there. Okay, 1 minus 1 equals, 0. Or one, you take it to the extreme levels if you can, but then you break it down to the most simplest way to understand it. I may not agree with Glenn Beck on everything. I can tell you right now I don't. I don't agree with Alex Jones on everything. Hell, I don't even agree with Pete Santilli on everything. But I can tell you this, the message is clear. The backbone of America, of the United States of America, is broken. Because we the people, a vast majority of we the people, have decided to sit this game out. And to let the chips fall where they may. Folks, it's not going to look good in the end. And you and your family are going to be separated. It's going to be hell on earth. And you have no idea what you've done. Now, I'm going to go to break. I'll be right back. Don't go away. There's more to come. I'm going to find some more articles during the break, give them to you, let you decide how to assess them and interpret them. But in the meantime, folks, you can always email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com, AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. You can go to my website, WayneSPierce.com. Check that out as well. And I hold nothing back, folks. If you don't like it, this ain't the place to be. I'll be right back.
Hey there, I'm Big Tiny. I'm the host of Big Tiny's Always and More. And we're playing music that you just love to hear from the 50s to the 90s. So check us out Monday through Friday and see what we're playing right here on Spreaker.com.
Eastland Radio Repertory Theater is looking for you. Are you a voice actor? Do you want to hone your abilities? Please send your audition clips to Eastland Radio Theater at USA.com. We are currently looking for voice actors to fill certain character roles in an ongoing radio play in development. Please send your audition clips to Eastland Radio Theater at USA.com. For all you independent artists, musicians, and filmmakers, there is a place for you. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. Go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com. Hey, folks, this is the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast right here for the 9th of April, 2015 on the American Liberty Radio Network on Spreaker.com. You can go to my website, WayneSPierce.com. Check things out there. If you want to support the American Liberty Radio Network, you can, right there on the front page. And there you go. So whatever you want to do. Even if you share the page, even if you share the show, it's okay. Go to radio shows and schedules and check out the other shows I have. The Views Express Live is coming back soon because, well, people miss it. I've been getting messages. Oh, when's it coming back, man? Yeah, it will be a live show, and so you'll get to have fun listening to me live. I haven't decided what time I want to do it. That was one of the big hurdles I have to get over. Plus, I may have it's a 2-hour show. I may have it probably the last half hour. I'll want people to call in. So, hey, stay tuned. More information about that to come. So anyway, yeah, you can go to WayneSPierce.com. Check things out there. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, even if you disagree with me, the burden of proof is on you. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. So, there you go. Go to the store while you're there, too, because these, yeah. So, anyway, where do I go from here? Okay. So, let's stay at Infowars.com for a minute, because there was something else I saw during the break that I want to share with you. 19 signs that American families are being economically destroyed. Okay? 19 signs that American families are being economically destroyed. Don't you think that would imply that somebody with a grand design has implemented all this stuff? Just asking. The systematic destruction of the American way of life is happening all around us, and yet most people have no idea what is happening. Michael Snyder over at economiccollapse.com posted this. The systematic destruction of the American way of life is happening all around us, and yet most people have no idea what's happening. Once upon a time in America, if you were responsible and hardworking, you could get a good-paying job that could support a middle-class lifestyle for an entire family, even if you only had a high school education. I remember those days, folks. Things weren't perfect, but generally almost everyone in the entire country was able to take care of themselves without government assistance. We worked hard, we played hard, and seemingly boundless prosperity was the envy of the entire planet. But over the past several decades, Things have completely changed. We have consumed far more wealth than we produced. We shipped millions of goods, paying jobs overseas. We piled up the biggest amount of debt in the country in the history of the world. We kept electing politicians that had absolutely no concern for the long-term future of this nation whatsoever. So now, good jobs are in very short supply. We are drowning in an ocean of red ink. The middle class is rapidly shrinking, and dependence on the government is at an all-time high. Even as we stand at the precipice of the next great economic crisis, we continue to make the same mistakes. In the end, all of us are going to pay a very great price for decades of incredible, foolish decisions. Now, of course, a tremendous amount of damage has already been done. The numbers, as Michael Snyder from Economic Collapse says, the numbers that I'm about to share with you are staggering. The following are 19 signs that American families are being economically destroyed. Before I tell you those things, folks, I want you to understand there's two ways of remedying this, solving the situation. Remedying, you know what I mean. Two ways of solving this current crisis that we are in. One, stop all monetary trade with any country that owes us money. Now, when I say monetary, I'm not talking humanity or humanitarian aid. Don't stop that. Those people need that. But money. Don't write $1 billion check to Afghanistan to support our military over there, shipping the drugs to Mexico, Canada, and every place else. Don't do that. Cut off the money flow. But how do we do that? Hey, it's April. You got 6 days before taxes are due. Don't pay them. You tell them that it is against you tell them whatever you want them to hear. Yeah, but I'll go to jail. No, you won't. Because you proved to them that the 16th Amendment was not even ratified by the majority of the voting states in America, and therefore it is illegal. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. You tell the federal government, I've had enough of your bull crap. I'm not going to support with my hard-earned dollars your stupidity in sending my boys and girls over to other countries to get shot up full of holes. Ain't going to happen. It's called, what is that called? That's called, it's called sanity, actually. But it's called conscientious objector. I now declare that I am a conscientious objector because my government is not doing what I want them to do in my best interest. Okay? There you go. It's on record. There you go. Hey, I've said it. That's done. Email me, AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com, AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. Go to WayneSPierce.com for more information and check things out. Go to the store as well. There's a store there. You can buy my book, Many Directions of Man. It's just my observations and some solutions to life. So check it out if you like. Thank you very much. And I shall return briefly. I shall return right after this.
This is the American Liberty Radio Network. Email us at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com.
Eastland Radio Repertory Theater is looking for you. Are you a voice actor? Do you want to hone your abilities? Please send your audition clips to Eastland Radio Theater@USA.com. We are currently looking for voice actors to fill certain character roles in an ongoing radio play in development. Please send your audition clips to Eastland Radio Theater at USA.com.
Lock it on to the best station on the net.
For all you independent artists, musicians, and filmmakers, there is a place for you. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. Go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com.
Whatever the subject you can think of, we talk about it. Come join Diana and Wayne as we discuss whatever it is that is happening in our lives.
Come and listen to Diana and Wayne's Grab Bag Potpourri Talk Show. Check it out on Spreaker.com.
Hey folks, how you doing? This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show right here on the American Liberty Radio Network on Spreaker.com.
How are ya? How you doing, folks? It's the 9th of April, 2015. Looking good out there. Let me get into these, because I don't have a whole lot of time before the next break. Let me get into these 19 signs that American families are being economically destroyed. The systematic destruction of American way of life is happening all around us. Excuse me. And yet, most people have no idea what is happening. So let me get to these 19. First of all, the poorest 40% of all Americans now spend more than 50% of their income just on food and housing. Number 2, for those Americans that don't own a home, 50% of them spend more than a third of their incomes just on rent. Number 3, the price of school lunches has risen to the $3 mark at many public schools across the nation. Number 4, McDonald's Dollar Menu and More now includes items that cost as much as $5. Number 5, the price of ground beef has doubled since 2009. Number 6, in 1986, child care expenses for families with employed mothers used up to 6.3% of all income. Today, that figure is up to 7.2%. Number 7, incomes fell for the bottom 80% of all income earners in the United States during the 12 months leading up to June 2014. At this point, number 8, at this point, more than 50% of all American workers bring home less than $30,000 a year in wages. Number 9, after adjusting for inflation, median household income has fallen nearly $5,000 since 2007. Number 10, according to the New York Times, the typical American household is now worth 36% less than it was worth a decade ago. And a third of their income is spent on rent. Do you understand how backwards this whole thing is? Number 11, 47% of all Americans do not put a single penny out on their paychecks into savings, out of their paychecks and savings. They don't. That's 47% Now, folks, that's the working people that are working. There's 93 million people that are not on the government dole or even being considered unemployed, but there are 93 million people unemployed in this country. That's 2/3 of Americans that are working, and probably a good 50% of them are the working adults, and 40% of them don't put away for savings. Number 12, one survey found that 62% of all Americans are currently living paycheck to paycheck. Number 13, according to the U.S. Department of Education, 33% of all Americans with student loans are currently behind on their student loan debt repayments. They need to just get rid of all student loans, period. Because it, number one, puts the potential student, I have student loans, completely in debt, perpetually in debt, due to the fact that there's no living wage, due to the fact that a third of the money goes for rent, due to the fact, shall I go on? Get rid of student loans. And number two, the banks are making the profit off of your indebtedness. Get rid of student loans. Number 14, according to one recent report, 43 million Americans currently have unpaid medical debt on their credit cards. Number 15, the rate of homeownership in the United States has been declining for 7 years in a row, and it is now the lowest that it has been in 20 years. Just recently I saw a report in Nevada. I'm in the biggest little city in the world, which is Reno, Nevada, and I saw an article talking about how housing is up. No, it's not. The distressed properties are being sold pennies on the dollar. And they tack that into the home ownership. Okay, I mean, it's just, yeah. Number 16, for each of the past 6 years, more businesses have closed in the United States than have opened. Prior to 2008, this had never happened before in all U.S. history. For each of the past 6 years, excuse me, excuse me. So what do we have, folks? What do we have? Just number 17. According to the Census Bureau, 65% of all children in the United States are living in a home that receives some form of aid from the federal government. 65%. Number 18. If you have no debt at all, and you also have $10 in your wallet, that makes you wealthier than 25% of all Americans. Last but never the least, number 19, on top of everything else, the average American must work from January 1st to April 24th just to pay all federal, state, and local taxes. All of us know people that once were doing quite well, but that they are now just struggling to get by from month to month. Perhaps this has happened to you. If you've ever been in that position, you probably remember what it feels like to have people look down on you. Unfortunately, in our society, the value that we place on individuals has a tremendous amount to do with how much money they have. So if you don't have much money, there are a lot of people out there that will treat you like dirt. The following excerpt is from a Washington Post article entitled, "The Poor Are Treated Like Criminals Everywhere, Even at the Grocery Store." This is from the Washington Post. Quote, "Want to see a look of pure hatred? Pull out an EBT card at a grocery store. Now that my kids, and this is from the person writing this little blurb at the Washington Post, now that my kids are grown and gone, my Social Security check is enough to keep me from qualifying for government food benefits. But I remember when we did qualify for monthly EBT deposit, a whopping $22, and that was before Congress cut SNAP benefits in November of 2013, like 70% of the people receiving SNAP benefits. I couldn't feed my family on that amount, but I remember the comments from middle-class people, the assumptions about me and my disability, and what the poor should and shouldn't be spending money on. Oh yeah, you can't buy lobster and steak anymore on EBT cards. Just saying. Have you seen this? Have you ever experienced this yourself? These days, most people on food stamps are not in the situation because they want to be. Rather, they are victims of a long-term economic collapse. And this is just the beginning. When the next major economic crisis strikes, the suffering in this country is going to go to unprecedented levels. Okay? As we enter that time, we are going to need a whole lot more love and compassion than we are exhibiting right now. As a nation, we have made decades of incredible bad decisions. As a result, we are experiencing bad consequences, which are going to become increasingly more severe. The numbers that Michael Snyder says here, the numbers that I shared with you are not good, but over the next several years, they are going to get a whole lot worse. Everything that can be shaken will be shaken, and life in America is about to change in a major way. And that's just the way it is. I'm going to go to break, folks. I'm going to be right back. Don't go away. Email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com.
This is the American Liberty Radio Network. Email us at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. The reality underneath the honesty. Live Truth Radio with Brian Lang. LiveTruthRadio.com. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz is your home for all the independent music and movies you need. For more information, go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com. What we see is not reality. It is distorted reality. Go to Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook. Telling you the truth, whether you like it or not. The Pete Santilli Show on the Guerrilla Media Network at GuerrillaMediaNetwork.com or GMN.is.
Hey folks, welcome back. This is the Wayne S. Pierce Show right here. Wayne S. Pierce Show podcast, I should say. I'm not live yet, but it will be. Oh, goodness gracious. Go to WayneSPierce.com. Check it out. Go to radio shows and schedules. See what's on there for your enjoyment. Also, go to the store. Pick up my book, Many Directions of Man. Yes, it's just my observations and some solutions to some problems and, that kind of thing. Just kind of an overall observation of life. Many Directions of Man. It's available at Amazon.com and directly from my website at WayneSPierce.com. Click Store and you'll find my book there. But anyway, what can I say? Let's go to the Drudge Report online, shall we? I sound like Ted Baxter there. Very good. For those that remember the Mary Tyler Moore Show. I have a question while the page loads. I have a question, and the question is really simple. It's not going to take a freaking rocket scientist to figure this one out. How do you manage to get through life without being pummeled by stupid people? I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering. How do you get through life without being pummeled by stupid people? Well, that's interesting. Study shows that readers spend 30 minutes on Drudge. Really? It's just an aggregate, you know? Seriously. I'm going to say this because he's in the news, okay? Rand Paul, Senator Rand Paul, he's an ophthalmologist. He's a senator, and he's running for president. He made that clear that he's running for president. My understanding is this. If you run for president, you have to have some type of leadership quality within you to be able to handle the job. Am I off base here? Am I wandering out in left field not knowing what I'm talking about? No, I don't think so. I've been in leadership positions. I know this, okay? I'm just putting it out there. So the question is, who's going to vote for Rand Paul? And is Rand Paul one of those neocons that got bought off by the big businesses that control Washington, D.C.? And I don't think it's so much that, because that's a big part of it. I think that if he was president, I think we'd still have the problems that we have. Because look at how long it took President Obama to screw this country up. Oh, wait, hold on. Look how long it took President Bush and President Obama to screw this. Oh, wait. Look how long it took Bill Clinton and George Bush and Barack Obama to screw up this. Wait. Huh. Seems to go back for some time, doesn't it? Seems to go back to the point where politics and corporations got in bed together to do something for this country that wasn't in the best interest of the citizens. Huh. President Ulysses S. Grant signed a bill into law creating a 10-square-mile piece of land, and they named it after their predecessor, George Washington. But why did they add the District of Columbia after that? Follow the money, folks. Connect the dots. It's all there. This goes back a long, long way, folks. The United States being as free as it was, as liberated as it was by its own people from within against a tyrannical society called the British Empire of the time, went from 1776 to 1871, 95 years, folks, and decided to sell the soul of America back to the Rothschilds. And this is why we get what we get. This is why we have what we have. This is only because we, the people, were too damn apathetic and complacent and didn't stand up continually to secure our freedoms and liberties in the country that our founding fathers created for you and I. Because freedom is not free. Liberty, well, there's a risk in protecting liberty. And not one damn individual in the United States of America understands that, because they're too busy believing the neocon democratic socialists that send your boys and girls overseas to kill somebody else in the name of freedom of the United States of America. I don't see countries coming over here to our rescue, do I? No. But back to the headlines, folks. My point is, we need somebody in there with the leadership qualities that knows how to get the job done. And I'm going to say this. We need somebody that has military experience. Now, I know that some countries that you see out there with military leaders as their presidents are dictatorships. I understand that. Or socialists, or whatever. No. We have to get back to the very basics of the country. Separate the branches of government and put the people there. Not, well, how about this? Let's cut the strings of the corporations that run Washington, D.C. Microsoft, Media Matters, Tides Foundation. Can we go from there, folks? Rand Paul up, Clinton down in 2016 presidential poll, Reuters writes 3 hours ago. Democrat Hillary Clinton has slipped against the leading 2016 Republican candidates in Colorado, Iowa, and Virginia, according to a poll released on Thursday that cited damage from a furor over the former Secretary of State's emails. The Quinnipiac University swing state poll also shows Clinton in the close race with U.S. Senator Rand Paul, the Kentucky Republican, who declared his candidacy on Tuesday. Clinton, who is expected to announce her White House bid this month, is tied with all the Republican candidates in Colorado, and almost all of them in an early voting state in Iowa, the poll said. Quote, it isn't just one or two Republicans who are stepping up. It's virtually the entire GOP field that is running better against her, unquote, since the last swing state survey on February 18th, pollster Peter Brown said in a statement. He attributed the drop in the controversy that erupted in March over Clinton's use of personal email for work when she was America's top diplomat. Republicans have raised the prospect of congressional hearings on the issue. Paul led Clinton by 44% to 41% in Colorado and 43% to 42% in Iowa. The Quinnipiac, there we go, poll showed. In Virginia, Clinton led 47% to 43%. Quote, these numbers are a boost for U.S. Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky as he formally launches his campaign, unquote, Brown said. The poll cited a bright spot for Clinton in Virginia, where she led all Republicans, including former Florida Governor Jeb Bush, whom she led with 47% to 40%, compared to 42% tie in February. The telephone poll of 2,803 likely voters was conducted from March 29th to April 7th and had an error margin of 3.2% points in Iowa and Virginia and 3.3 percentage points in Colorado. It is, yeah. It is what it is, folks. It is what it is. And I can see where all of this is leading. And I made a very bold statement on my Facebook page, and I'm going to go there, and read it to you myself. Excuse me. And I'm going to read you something else, too, because, well, you know how that goes. if I can find it here. Oh, here we go. Oh, no. Oh, I got to find it here. I had to find it. Crap, I'm going to find this stuff. I got to find. Anyway, what I said, basically, the gist of what I said, I was going to quote it to you, but the gist of what I said is I've got a solution to the problems of America, and that is don't vote. Okay? That's what it is. Don't vote. Now, what would happen? What would be the ramifications to the country if you didn't vote? Oh, I'm sure they would fill a spot. The corporations would pull somebody in and say, hey, you lead the country now. Yeah, the corporations run this country, folks. It's not you and I. It's not Congress. It's not the president or the Secretary of State or the Speaker of the House. It's literally the corporations. Follow the money, people. Connect the dots. You'll see it for yourself. Here's something else I want to read. Supreme Court upholds American flag ban for Cinco de Mayo. Supreme Court upholds American flag ban for Cinco de Mayo. I will definitely put this on the Wayne S. Pierce Show Facebook page. But here's what I said in response to that. Are you offended by our patriotism and freedom and liberty in our flag? Warning, adult language. Then pack your crap and get the F out of the U.S. And if you don't go willingly, we'll make you. I don't care if you were born here to foreign parents. If you're offended, what the hell are you doing here in the first place? Pack your crap and get out. I mean it. I'm not going to pull any punches anymore, people, because as far as I'm concerned, you ain't getting political correctness here. American Liberty Radio Network does not kowtow to political correctness, does not even cater to those democratic socialists that want to use it to brain warp you. I was going to use another, skull plug you. I was going to say something else other than that too, but you know what I mean. It's time that these asshats in Washington, D.C. understand one very important thing. 3 words. We the people. If they don't like it, we'll help them pack and leave. I'm sure North Korea, Mexico, China, or Russia would love their citizenship. Hey, if they're socialists, they can go over to Venezuela. The last time the people stood up against tyranny was the time when we beat the biggest army in the world, the British Empire. And guess what? Only 3% of the people did it. There's more than 3% now, folks. You think there's going to be a civil war? I hope not. But if there is, let's get some people out there that know what they're doing and to lead us to victory. American Liberty Radio Network is your network. You want to know? I want to tell you. I'm not politically correct. That's for sure. Sharing the truth one fact at a time without all the BS. Take it from there. Email me, AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com, AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. You can go to WayneSPierce.com. Check it out there. You can also support American Liberty Radio Network right there on the front page. Several ways of doing it. You can also go to the store, buy my book, Many Directions of Man. It's also available at Amazon.com. And always remember this, folks. I like to leave something with somebody so they can remember it. Remember this, folks. In America, liberty is the road and freedom is the goal.